How's it going, everyone? My name is Reloading64, and welcome back to I Remember the Rain. I saw this on Game Jolt, I think. I always get mixed up between Game Jolt and Itch.io, whatever. So let's get started. By Jordan Brown. That night. Okay. So we're driving down the street. I mean the freeway, highway, whatever. That's a little loud. I'm gonna turn it down on my end. Okay.
It's funny the things you remember. I remember the rain. Thousands of tiny razors against my skin.
Okay. So it looks like we're... Oh, talk.
Keep back. The ambulance will be here shortly.
It looks like there was an accident.
I almost bled to death. I couldn't. I had to find you. I did. I almost wish that I hadn't.
What do you mean by bled to death? The waiting room. So someone he cared about was in an
I
accident.
sat there, playing out the situations, the things I could have said, and how I could have changed.
Okay.
Just have to wait like the rest of them.
So we're in the hospital now.
I've been waiting here for days.
The doctor said he was only sleeping.
I'm so sorry. There's nothing more we could have done.
Okay, so someone died. Someone we knew. I guess through the car accident. Can I talk to you? So long and good night. Okay, I don't know what this is doing. Open door. Okay, those look like church doors to me, so let's go. So what's going on? Oh, okay, someone did die. So I'm assuming it's someone we cared about. Because...
May your memories give you strength.
in a way, they would weaken us. In the beginning, obviously, not after.
We live in the hearts of those we leave behind.
Yeah, that's true. Once someone passes on, the only way that they exist is through our memories. Man, this game got deep already. It got really serious.
Do we really go to a better place?
That's a pretty heavy question, because obviously when there's death, people kind of go through different stages, and obviously grief, but they also start questioning things, such as, you know, is there a heaven? Is there a hell? You know, do we just, once we die, is that it? Or do we actually move on in a different, what is it? I forgot the word, but we basically the soul goes to heaven or hell, or is it just nothingness afterwards?
How can you sum up someone's entire life in a single day?
You can't.
So many words I wanted to say. I spoke to them, but I said them to you.
That was it? That was quite a short game. Oh, okay. For a second there I thought I can interact with things, obviously. What about the TV? Okay. So I'm assuming someone that we do care about did die, which is very sad. Flush. What? That's not me. So, is it like our wife? Someone we cared about? Someone we loved? What's going on?
I can't fucking do it.
Okay, so you don't have to die to be dead. Okay, so it seems like he's trying to commit suicide but can't do it because he's afraid of it. And that doesn't make you weak or a coward. You know, it doesn't mean that you're weak if you don't kill yourself. Because if anything, that just means your body is defending itself, obviously. Your brain is basically saying, don't do it, you know, we need to live. But yeah, in this sentence right here, you don't have to die to be dead, holds a lot of truth to it. And it's not talking about it in a physical sense, it's talking about it in an emotional sense, or a mental sense is what I should say. Because there's... I'm wondering if this is going through depression, like the guy is going through depression, because obviously he just lost someone he obviously really cared about. So, hold on, I'm gonna continue going before I give my thoughts on it.
I've learned to live without you, but still, sometimes I wish that I was the one that died.
Okay. Something a lot of us say whenever a loved one dies.
I wish that it was me in that car, and you in that radio.
That it was you standing here now. But it isn't like that, is it? I'd give it all for you if I could.
Created by Jordan Brown. Oh man. That was a pretty short game, but obviously it has a powerful message behind it. And I wonder if they made it short in order to get that message across.
It's funny the things you remember. I remember the rain.
Man. Hold on. Is it gonna be different now that I already went through it? It doesn't seem like it.
It's funny the things you remember. I remember the rain. Thousands of tiny rains.
No, it seems like it's the same. Alright. So, that was I Remember the Rain. I'm gonna leave it like this. Let me just turn it down a bit so I can think. So yeah. As I was saying, I wonder if this is dealing with depression and obviously loss of someone you love. Because when someone passes on, someone you care about, you obviously go through the 5 stages of grief, I think. Which is, the 5 stages of grief is denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And obviously, to me, it seems like he went through bargaining and depression. He obviously, you know, I'm thinking that this is the step where he's going through depression, you know, and obviously isn't going through the final step, which is acceptance. But yeah, depression is something that I'm really close to because I've experienced it myself. It's a very serious topic to me. I'm gonna be transparent here and kind of say my experience with it, where it was probably like last year, a couple months ago, a year and a couple months, where I would wake up, go to work, come back home, go to sleep, and then just do it all over again. And this went on for like months, because at that point I was depressed, not because I lost someone, but because the way my life was. I didn't find what makes me happy. And my life seemed so monotonous of doing the same thing over and over again, to the point, like that one sentence, you don't have to be died to be dead, which is true, because when you're going through depression, things seem like it's really bad, and your body's basically just on autopilot, where it's doing what it needs to do, but mentally you're just like checked out. You're just kind of doing it because you have to do it, and you're basically not living. It's hard to explain because you need to experience it. And obviously I don't wish anyone to experience this at all, because it's a very horrible feeling. Very horrible, very depressing. Just like I said, how I've gone through depression. And at certain points, like this guy where he's tried to kill himself, I would also think of the same things. Obviously, on my way to work, during this time, obviously, I would always think how easy it would be just to turn my car to the right or left and just run off the highway. Just keep driving and run myself off the highway. And then just thinking it would all end. Because at that point, it was like it said, I felt like I was already dead, and I just didn't want to live through it anymore. But the thing is, you can obviously, when you do something like that, I don't mean to insult anyone or to offend anyone, and if you've lost someone because of suicide, I'm very sorry. But to me, one of the things that I thought when I was considering it is I thought how very selfish I was. Afterwards, obviously, at the point when I was thinking about it, I wasn't coming into my head, but afterwards, when I thought about it, I would think about how selfish I was when I was thinking that. Because if I were to have done it, obviously you guys wouldn't be hearing me right now, and on top of that, I would have hurt a lot of people. A lot of people would have been hurt if I decided to end my life. You know, my girlfriend, my family, my friends, a lot of people would have been hurt. And it's just, like I said, now that I think about it, it was very selfish of me to think of that. Just because I was at a point in my life where I thought I wouldn't be. It's a little hard for me to talk about it, but I have to, obviously, in order to move on. But yeah, it was a very dark time in my life, and I'm still trying to recover from it. The thing about depression is it's mental. A lot of people dismiss it as in you're just sad, which really irritates me, because a lot of people, when it's a physical illness, people understand because they can relate, and can actually be seen. People have endured physical pain, so they can relate when someone is in physical pain. But when you're in emotional or mental pain, or when you have a mental illness, not everyone has gone through that, and people can become very closed-minded and dismiss it as if it's not that serious, when it really is very serious. And what people should instead consider, they should be compassionate towards someone like that. If, don't just write it off as, oh, you're just sad, it's okay, you'll get through it. Like, don't write it off. If anything, just listen. You have no idea how helpful it is to at least just stand there and listen to what a person has to say. Or just giving them kind words in general. but listening is what you need to do. Because when you're depressed, you don't really want to talk to anyone because you don't feel like anyone will listen to you. At least for me, that's how I felt. And even if you were to talk to someone, you don't want to talk to them and then they kind of dismiss you and say, "Oh, you're just sad. You'll get over it." You know, they just dismiss it as if like it's not that important, which is does a lot more damage, because then that person feels less than they actually are worth. And it's just, if anything, just keep an open mind, be compassionate, and just listen. This game does give a powerful message about that, and I'm glad I played it. So, and also to those who consider suicide, don't do it. Like, I know you probably won't listen to me because, like I said, I was in that same boat with you, but don't do it. Please just don't do it. It's not the right thing to do. You'll hurt the people who actually care about you. And honestly, you'll just make their lives sadder, and if anything, you'll make them depressed. And it's just not worth it. So please, if you do consider suicide, go get help. Call the suicide hotline. You know, remember that you are worth more than you think, because your brain will make you think that you are worthless when you are not. So, just for me, I know you don't know me, I know you don't know who I am, but just don't do it. I'm telling you that whatever you're going through, it's not as bad as if you were to kill yourself, because I have never personally done it, but I have heard stories of people who have done it, and how as soon as they do it, their immediate response is, "I want to live." They basically hit rock bottom, and then once they pass that threshold, it's 50-50 whether they're gonna make it or not. So please don't do it. So, my talk has gone on for quite a bit. I'm very glad I played this game. So, just know that to everyone out there that I care about you. That there are other people that care about you as well. I may not know who you are, I may not have ever seen you, but I sympathize with you if you are going through depressive thoughts and suicidal thoughts, because I have gone through it as well. And I sympathize with you and I care about you. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you like this video, hack that like button. While you're at it, hack that subscribe button as well. Comment down below and just tell me what you've gone through, if you're comfortable with sharing it. And if for those people who do see other comments like that, be nice. I will immediately ban anyone who tries to make fun of anyone sharing their story. I don't care if you're subscribing to me or watching my videos. I will ban anyone who picks on people trying to share their story. So, thank you. Go ahead and share this with a friend, someone who needs it. And maybe I can help them, because I really want to help people. So thank you, and bye-bye.